I have a desire to explain why I selected this photo. When I was in financial world, and when photographer would come to do like a profile for this website or giving statements for news, like for the journalists or whatever, always you would need to do this or this or this. So for me it was like so boring in the end, like for 10 years it's always the same. I said, but why don't we do a bit different? They said, no, this is like a standard. So I like doing things that are out of the standard. So that's why I selected this photo, yeah? Okay, can we start? When I started my research, my second career actually, I came across to Open Food Facts. And these are like my reasons why why I'm here, why actually I got attracted to Open Food Facts. I'm sure there are more, but these are like the first thing that came on my mind. And I was so happy that at some point I discovered Open Food Facts, being as it is really independent, very not biased, and providing all this useful information to everybody actually. So I want to thank again for your existence for all of us. And since, we can go ahead. Since all of you are giving great contributions to the work of Open Food Facts, I've been thinking, okay, what actually I can do from my side, because the whole point of us being a human being is not only to take, but also to give as well. So I think it's better even to give than to take. So that's why I've been thinking what actually I can do to at least, actually first I've been trying to see what is like convergence between me and Open Food Facts. At some point where actually we converge. So these are the things that I came up with, and I am more than happy to sort of implement in a near future. So as I said, I'm doing doctorate and I will use a great database of Open Food Facts. The other thing, I want to use that content, and I'm in the process of launching one, let's say, educational, let's say community that I really would like to educate, raise awareness about certain things related to use the quality content of my doctorate for a wider audience. On the other side, I'm also one of the founders of the only Rotary Club, English-speaking Rotary Club in whole Italy. So I will try to use that network and also promote Open Food Facts as a first step. I don't know why this is more, okay. No, it's fine. As a first step, I have a first lecture envisaged in my club in February. And then my intention is, as you may know, Rotary Club exists all over the world, and to prepare kind of series of educational, not courses really, it's more like to raise awareness at the Rotary international level, which is really a lot of countries all over the world. So that's my intention, and I'm starting, as I said, from February, and then I have some talks and negotiations with the Rotary International. Another thing that I believe it's really interesting, I'm really interested in sugar. Okay, so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm the only one obsessed by sugar. How come that nobody else, not really obsessed, but I've seen what sugar did to this friend of mine that I mentioned in in the presentation, what effect had on child's health. Also, 15 years ago, I had issues as well with my skin. At the end, it was really sugar. So while doing research and everything, I came across interesting scientific research that has been done. Two professors from two universities, they conducted, and they put like, maybe you've heard or not, they put like two rats, unfortunately, I mean live animals, they put it like in a cage, and they gave a cocaine to them for a certain period of time. And after a certain period, they introduced sugar So rats didn't even touch, when they tasted the sugar, they didn't even go back to cocaine. They continued consuming sugar. So it is proven to be very toxic. I'm not saying that we all should stop eating sugar. Of course that I eat sugar from time to time if it's something homemade with a love or whatever, but at least that we control sugar than the other way around, that sugar controls us. And then why I'm saying this, I came across to really world-renowned professor, neuroendocrinologist, Robert Lustig, who is like really famous for his work that he's been doing regarding obesity of children, and he published, I don't know, thousands of books, and he has interesting project. It's called Sugar Metrics Project, and the whole aim, there is a connection with Open Food Facts, why I'm telling you this, and the aim of that project is to define different names of sugar that are used by companies to, that sort of to greenwash people, so to say. And so far, there is even a book that he published. It's called 59 Names of Sugar, 59. So now there are 300 different names of sugar that they detected. So I'm really happy that I'm part of that world project, of that sugar project. And when talking to the members of the project, I also mentioned Open Food Facts because they are planning, not really similar, but one part of the work that Open Food Facts actually does, they envisage in their projects. So that's why I'm trying to link these two things as well together in order not to overlap really the work. So this is just a deception phase. I've just started as a project member, and I'm sure there will be some convergence as well with this project. So let's see how it goes. So I will keep you posted about this. And for example, today I learned from Sebastian another thing. That's why I find these gatherings really useful, how actually I told him, why don't you copy-paste the experience that you had with this 5,000? And I learned, maybe it seems really too simple, but I learned so many things for him. For example, how actually we all can do not what he does, but at least what he has been doing, but at least a certain stage. So that's why I want to thank you even for organizing and inviting us for this great event. And another thing, just before coming to, this is what I said, what we can do as part of the community. Just before I said, before actually my trip to Paris, in front of one modern art museum, that photo, a modern art museum, literally night when I told you, man, and I went out and it was really late, and then one message attracted my attention in front of the modern art museum. It was written, "Born to set it right." So I said, oh, what a nice message, like for the Open Food Facts. For me personally, I took it as a signal. So, and I wanted to share with you and conclude this presentation. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Sorry. It's maybe ignorant of me, but can you say more about what is a Rotary Club? What that network is?
Thank you. Rotary Club is, I think, one of the oldest voluntary organizations, where I think they started in 30s. And it's one of the oldest organization, voluntary organization, where normally people with, let's say, big experience, professional experience, get together to implement different kind of projects. For example, there are like thousands, millions of projects all over the world happening because the organization is present in more than 100 countries. And for example, only in Rome, there are 70 clubs. Only in Rome. So that's why the network is really huge, and they are all professionals at different levels, wishing to transfer their knowledge, their service they provide to different projects that they actually develop, that you can even candidate your own project. So it's volunteer organization of professionals, to put it simple, that has a really huge international network. Mhm.
Okay, so maybe you could candidate to the Rotary with your project, with a...
Yeah, there is a possibility as well, because there is a Rotary Foundation as well, and they do finance certain projects as well. For example, right now we as a Rotary Club Rome International, we have a great project. We are supporting girls in Uganda, for example, to be able to continue their education. The girls over there at the age of 10, 11, they stop going to school because of a lot of like mainly economical reasons, but also other society reasons as well. So we really partnered with other clubs, and we do like different kind of events to collect funds. And now we are really happy to be able to support more than a couple of hundreds of girls in that country to continue education. That's one of the projects. So there are like a million different kind of projects all over the world. And yeah, if you sort of candidate certain project, it can get finance as well.
Okay. How can we help you?
Yeah, well, actually, when you pose that question, maybe we can even think about developing a certain project that we can even candidate. But the first step, I would like to make them interested in I'm sure everybody's interested in well-being, in healthiness and happiness. So I came across also a lady who is a deputy president of the overall Rotary Club, which is like more than 100 of countries. And now I'm preparing a kind of presentation to make them interested. So it will be really valuable once I need certain data to make it really, simple, plain, and not readable, but more like acceptable, because the motto of Rotary, every year you have a president of Rotary Club, and it's different country. Now is a lady, and her motto is, which I really loved, is really part of my kind of vision that I see for the community that I'm developing. If you want to create society where you want to live, you should give your contribution. So this would be like my contribution to the society that I want to see happier and healthier as well. So once I need particular data or whatever to make them more interested, then for sure that would be great help, yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So I'll keep you posted about the results.
Yeah, a question.
So regarding the Rotary Club, you mentioned that there is a lot of different type of projects. If I understand well, it's mostly humanitarian, so it's to help populations in difficulty. But my question is there by any chance some kind of themes about food or events that we could identify together to connect with?
Yeah, that's a very good question. There are 5 elements, sort of 5 segments defined, because normally Rotary doesn't finance projects that you submit and they find interesting. It should fit within these 5 criteria. And these 5 criteria are, again, linked with the SDGs. So it's like education is what is really important, is health, because basically what you do, it can be interpreted in different ways. It can be health, it can be education, it can be raising awareness and everything. So I'm sure it can fit in one or in more than one category. So like that, yeah, we could even think to that you go ahead, because the good thing is that you have more than one partner. So, for example, even if you, for example, you have a public institute, you have institute, the one that this professor lady is working for, it's always great to have a wider sort of audience and more than one partner in the project. So we can also think about that, and then I will point you out that these 5 elements and everything, 5 sectors, okay? We can see. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.